feel like I look like I have a mullet at all times, and that's just how it's gonna be. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel, Taylor Does Whatever, where we talk about makeup, to true crime videos, to pretty much anything that I feel like filming. And today, I feel like talking about makeup, and I feel like doing my makeup because there's an exciting new launch. I picked up the Bite Changemaker foundation. I picked this up from Sephora. This just launched, I think, just a few days ago, and when I say like all of the shades were almost gone, I mean it. And the person that I blame for that is Samatha Ravnhahl, because she is someone that I watch religiously here on YouTube, and she was going on and on and on about how fantastic this foundation is. So I'm gonna put this to the test. I just want to look like Samatha Ravnhahl. Is what the foundation looks like right here. It comes in a nice little squeezy tube. I will let you guys know right now that I am a very fair child. I'm a very, very pale woman. And the only shade that I could find that was remotely in like the light category was L20. And if I could have shade matched myself, I could have been like L15. So this one's probably gonna be a little bit darker than my skin tone. So before you guys write mean comments that I can't shade match, I just wanted to try the foundation. So that's why I'm wearing a turtleneck today. Another cool item that I picked up because of Samatha Ravnhahl, obviously, was the very expensive Hourglass Vanish Concealer, but I am a lover of concealer, and I was at Sephora and I saw it just sitting there and I was like, oh, I want that. I already moisturized my face using my Tatcha Dewy Skin Hydration Station. So I think I'm just gonna take a tiny little bit and just kind of start. She's darker than my natural skin tone, but we've already talked about this. I don't know how much I should be putting on. I'm just gonna start kind of blending this in to my skin and hope that I can at least get it to look somewhat okay, even though it's not my correct foundation shade. It's actually not as dark as I thought that it was going to be. So I actually really like the texture right off the bat. It feels almost like it's a kind of thick consistency, but when you blend it out, it feels very, very like fluffy. Is that a word that you can describe for foundation? I don't know. It's almost like moussey textured in a way, but in a very soft way. It's not like super thick to where I feel like it's gonna look extremely cakey. Okay, that blended out like honestly effortlessly. My skin type has changed significantly over the years, and not even over the years, over like the last year of 2019. I don't know what's happening. I have just a completely different skin type than I once had before. And when I lived my entire life thinking that I had dry skin, I now apparently have combination skin. This is actually really nice. Like, I feel like whenever people are, you know, so overhyping a foundation, I try it and I'm just kind of like, no. Now I'm gonna move my mullet. Going through this like perpetual cycle where I have bangs, I cut my bangs, right? And I really like them. They look really beautiful, especially in photos when I attempt to style them. But I swear in real life, if you don't style them, then they look like, you kind of look like a man in the 70s, back when mullets were kind of still a thing, 70s and the 80s. I feel like if my father had a mullet in the 80s, this is what I would look like. My acne scarring texture is just a little bit, and just a little bit of redness. Don't look at my under eyes. Oh my God. Yeah, so basically it says, the skin-like finish you crave, the clean formula that you deserve. Medium coverage. And I would say that that's exactly what it is. It's not gonna be super full coverage. And I feel like I could have even used a little bit less product and it still would have looked very nice. So let's put on some concealer. So I'm gonna be using the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. So I tried the Hourglass Vanish Stick foundation years ago, and this was back when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get the palest shade because I was inside Sephora and the lighting plays tricks on you. In Sephora it does. And I am very, very, very fair, so I figured, what the hell. And I got it home and it just looked so bad. You know when you just put on a foundation that's too light for your skin tone and it just makes you look dead? But this concealer, it's almost like kind of a liquidy consistency. It's very strange. Like it's not heavy, but it definitely packs a punch as far as pigmentation goes. But it's not super heavy feeling. It's almost kind of liquidy feeling in a way. I'm very, very poor at describing anything, truthfully, in my life. And I have lines under my under eyes because I am a growing lady and I have lines under my eyeball. And I am a firm believer that kind of just less is more with concealer, and then you can always add it on if you need a little extra something. But oh my, God, I'm like an angel right now. I look like an angel. I'm loving myself right now. Okay, so this is my chin area with the concealer on, and then this is now my under eyes, and then this one's looking a lot better, as you guys can tell from the previous footage, but my skin just actually looks so nice. Like, it doesn't look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup, which I love. Like, I actually love that you can kind of see my imperfections, but in just such a beautiful way. Like, I love my skin now. I feel like I am a beautiful butterfly. So, truthfully, in a way, I am actually kind of very upset that I enjoy these products because they are not cheap. The concealer was, I think, $35, and the foundation was $39. Why am I out of breath? Why am I out of breath? This is just so beautiful. I'm honestly offended. So we're gonna stop with the complexion right now. I like setting my face. I know that this is like a new trend where people aren't setting their faces because maybe they don't have 9-to-5 jobs, or maybe their foundations and stuff don't just melt off their face, but you know what? Mine does. We can't do anything about it. So I picked up the Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Lavender. I just find that the Fenty Beauty powder is so finely milled and it just sets my foundation so lovely, but it never looks too much. And I heard a lot of people talking, oh, that's brightening, about the lavender powder, and the butter worked for me, but it definitely was a teensy bit darker, I feel like, than I kind of wanted it to be. Oh my god, it smells so good. It smells so good. I know that this isn't super exciting part of makeup, but I have been on the quest for setting powders for a really long time. I tried the Hourglass one. It was good. It was nice. I put it in one of my favorites because it didn't dry out my under eyes, which I really sincerely appreciated. But since trying the Fenty Beauty one, I actually think I like this one a little bit better. And I really think that it just kind of makes my pores look non-existent. And the Hourglass one didn't necessarily do that one for me. So this really, when they say it's Pro Filter, I think that that's what it's called, the Pro Filter. It actually does feel like it puts a bit of a veil of a filter on me. I'm gonna do just a little bit of my Fenty In the Sun bronzer situation and see how that blends on top of this lovely angel face of mine. This is just the best bronzer, bronzer, I can't speak, that I've ever had in my entire existence. My Cover FX little soft peach blush, and I can't get enough of this. I want it in every single color. I haven't been able to use another blush because this one's just so good for a powder blush. I love it with every part of my vibrant being. It's so beautiful. And I've really been loving just a very blushy look. I know that's a very controversial thing. Been loving my ColourPop little highlighter in the shade Flexitarian, and I just do a little dabby-do on my finger. So I just put a little bit on my finger of that Flexitarian, and I just kind of boopity boop. There's a hair in there. Adds a little texture. Okay, so I'm back and I have makeup on my face, and I just want to kind of assess my face right now. You guys can see I'm looking in the camera in like my little viewfinder that I have, but when I look into a mirror and I'm looking in direct natural light right now, this is so pretty. I have not had a foundation / concealer just make me look honestly this good in such a long time. I know I really loved that foundation, but I feel like as soon as I put the concealer on top, it just blended so effortlessly in. And then when I set it with just a tiny bit of setting powder, it just brought everything so together. It's not too bright under my under eyes. It's not... It's so beautiful. I'm gonna zoom you guys in just a little bit so you guys can see it, but obviously I'm not doing like a full day of a wear test. This is just kind of my first initial thought. So I'm really going to keep playing around with these products, but holy Toledo, like I've never had my skin just look this beautiful. This is me a little bit more up close, but you can just see how beautiful everything blended on top of it. And there's no separations, especially down on my chin. That's where I see a lot of separation happening, and it doesn't look cakey in any way, shape, or form. This is so beautiful. It's expensive, but I am willing to spend a little bit more in my products if it's going to have a great longevity, if it's just gonna make me look really good. And I haven't had my face or skin look this really nice in honestly such a long time. My skin feels set but not dry. It feels not matte, but it doesn't feel dewy. It just looks so beautiful. Oh, wow. It's really beautiful. So that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It means the entire world to me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.